the boy never expected, just because he accidentally killed a golden slime. Unexpectedly, it dropped the rarest servant card. Looking at the golden card on the ground, Jack fell into deep thought. You have to know that divine cards are extremely rare in the real world. Any single one would cost no less than $1 billion. Jack originally planned to sell it. That way, maybe he could be like other advanced explorers, owning cool armor and weapons. But when he thought about his own strength, he had been stuck on the first floor of the labyrinth for 2 whole years. This made Jack, who always dreamed of becoming strong, finally decide to summon it instead. So Jack found a hidden corner. After confirming no one was around, Jack placed the card on his head and began summoning the spirit inside. As the card in his hand emitted a strong glow, a huge phantom appeared in the air. It stretched out its hands to embrace him. But unexpectedly, when the phantom disappeared, there was no figure in front of him anymore, as if nothing had happened. But at that moment, Jack felt someone tap him twice with a finger. When he looked over, he saw an innocent little girl standing right in front of him.
誰？
ご主人様、私はシルフィー。召喚に応じ、権限しました。
Although Hilpii looked very cute, it instantly shattered Jack's dream. If he had known he would summon such a little girl, he would rather have sold the card for new gear. But since he had already summoned her, Jack could only accept reality, and decided to take Hilpii to fight monsters for money. But just then, Hilpii suddenly told him there was a slime nearby. She pulled Jack to a corner as she spoke. Seeing this, Jack originally wanted to spray it dead with insecticide, but he was curious about Hilpii's combat power, and asked if she could kill the slime. Hilpii said no problem. Then she unleashed a bolt of lightning, instantly killing the slime. Jack was dumbfounded on the spot. It was then that he noticed her combat power was 170, 17 times his own. The only drawback was that after using magic, Hilpii would become extremely hungry. Although eating a magic core can restore energy, it cancelled out the gains, leaving nothing earned. So after thinking it over, Jack decided Hilpii would track the slimes, and he would finish them off with insecticide. Sure enough, the plan was perfect. Normally he could only find 2 or 3 a day, but in just a short time, he had already killed a week's worth. His level even rose directly to 4, and he earned the title of Slime Killer. Its effect was that when fighting slimes, all attributes increased by 50%. After a busy day, Jack was ready to go home. So after recalling Hilpii into the card, Jack then took the magic cores he collected today to sell for money. Unexpectedly, when he went, he directly broke the record for the most slimes defeated in a single day, and even sold the magic cores for a high price of 15,000. The next day Jack used the money from selling the magic cores yesterday to buy a new set of equipment. He decided to challenge the second floor of the labyrinth, but as soon as he arrived, Jack's legs went weak, because 2 years ago he had come to the second floor with a friend, but was badly beaten by a goblin. Since then, he never dared to return to the second floor. He only hunted slimes on the first floor, but now with Hilpii's help, he believed he wouldn't repeat the same mistake. Although he said that, when Jack encountered the goblin, he was still very afraid, so he instructed Hilpii, if things went badly, she should help. And so, Jack began a one-on-one duel with the goblin. Although he had new equipment, Jack's sword unexpectedly missed completely. The goblin immediately counterattacked. Jack quickly blocked with his shield, then used all his strength to knock the goblin back. Seeing the goblin's opening, Jack prepared to abandon defense and attack with full force. But unexpectedly, the goblin caught his weapon with its hand. Not only did his weapon fall, he himself was knocked down. At the critical moment, Jack used insecticide. Taking advantage of the goblin's brief blindness, Jack picked up his weapon from the ground and attacked again.
今だ！おりゃ
After killing the goblin, Jack, who had just leveled up, unexpectedly leveled up again, and even obtained the title of Goblin Slayer. But since luck played too big a role, it was only shown as temporary for now. Its effect was much weaker than his original skills. Next, the two continued exploring. Hilpii no longer just watched. She was responsible for opening the barrier. Jack only needed to focus on killing. With Hilpii's help, Jack soon reached level 6. Plus, the magic cores they obtained could be exchanged for money, and money could buy better equipment. Through this positive cycle, Jack spent only 2.5 days, and had already reached level 10 in succession. This was a level he had never dared to imagine before, and because of Hilpii's presence, Jack discovered that he also possessed a skill called Divine Blessing. Its effect was granting extra attribute bonuses upon leveling up. Realizing this was his cheat-like skill, Jack was overjoyed. He immediately gave Hilpii a grand bow of thanks. This sudden gesture made Hilpii feel strange. She didn't understand why Jack would act this way, but in any case, after hearing Jack say the skill was very useful, she also felt very happy. Next, the two intended to continue killing goblins, but unexpectedly encountered a rare skeleton monster. As usual, Hilpii opened the barrier. Then Jack attacked the glowing skeleton with an iron rod. But surprisingly, Jack's iron rod did not cause any damage to the skeleton, so Jack quickly asked Hilpii to attack. The skeleton's health bar instantly vanished, and it turned directly into a red magic core. Jack felt a bit disappointed. He had expected some rare item to drop, but it was just another magic core. Since Hilpii happened to be hungry, Jack didn't think much of it, and directly fed the freshly dropped red magic core to Hilpii. However, seeing her so blissfully happy, Jack felt something was not quite right.
200万円です。
なんて？
ですから200万。
そうです。
本当に赤みがかった中札だったとすれば、買取値は200万円以上になります。
200万？
格をなくされたということで残念ですが、レアモンスターの光るスケルトンに一度遭遇したのですから、また会えるかもしれません。頑張ってください。
After losing 2 million in value, Jack suddenly had the idea of challenging the third floor, but he was still too weak, and might drag Hilphi down, so he suggested that Hilphi not help. He wanted to train himself alone, yet Jack still overestimated his strength. After a fierce battle with goblins, the money he had painstakingly saved was all spent on recovery potions, so to save money more steadily, Jack decided to return to the first floor to kill slimes. With Hilphi's help, Jack's efficiency improved greatly. Soon he had accumulated a large number of magic cores, not only enough for Hilphi to eat, but also enough funds to buy new equipment. Just then, Hilphi sensed an unusual aura nearby, and when they went over, they discovered it was actually a rare silver slime, but this creature was very alert. Jack failed to kill it with one spray. Fortunately, Hilphi struck, and after they eliminated it, Jack unexpectedly obtained another servant card. The system showed it was a Viscount-class demon. Jack hesitated, worried it might bring danger, but thinking of Hilphi's strength, he decisively summoned it anyway.
微弱級悪魔ルシェリア。召喚。やっぱり。ってことは。There's something coming over me and I like it. I need to shoot